This week's Coach Woodman Show is brought to you by the Times West Virginian. The Coach Woodman Show will be on timeswv.com every Wednesday before Fairmont State football games. Obviously not the way you guys wanted to start your season against West Virginia State. Tell me a little bit of what you saw in that game as far as maybe what you guys did right, what you guys could have done better, things like that.
We could have started out a little better, obviously. I think going in, we knew they were going to be a lot better than they had been in the past. I mean, it was no surprise to us or our staff that how well they were prepared and played. I think that early on you saw some young guys make some mistakes with, we got a kicker who, first time he's ever played a college football game, makes a mistake. Or a new linebacker, a young linebacker comes in, tries to make a play, runs to the kicker. A first time D tackle, jumps off sides on fourth down, and it's just something that you don't prepare for going in. You don't expect your guys to make those mistakes. I think a little bit of it was they were trying to make plays so much, and they were so overly aggressive and ready to. I think it was just a little bit of them being overly emotional. So that was one thing that we tried to prepare them for it, but until they get in the heat of battle, sometimes those first game jitters, it happens. I think once we settled in the second half, offensively, I thought we were fine. I think that the first 3 and out was tough because obviously we hold them, get a penalty, they drive down, score, we get the ball back, 3 and out, punt it, hit in the back, hit our own guy in the back with it. Now we're behind, we're kicking the ball to them again, they're getting the ball, we hold them on fourth down again, jump off sides. So I don't know, it could have started any worse for us. I think that I felt like we were in the twilight zone. It just seemed like everything that could possibly go wrong was happening. And it was, you got to give our kids credit too for as many young kids as we have and as many kids who don't have a lot of game experience. They could have really went into the tank early. But they kept fighting. And they came back in the second half and they put some points up and got some momentum at times. And it's encouraging to see how we have responded this week. It's unlike it has been in the past, attitude-wise and enthusiasm. But we're just going to keep going. Got to keep getting better.
Sure. You talk about encouraging. It's a good thing to see out of Cooper coming out with no interceptions in this first game. Last year he lit it up on the stat sheet, but his interceptions kind of hindered him offensively, I think. Right. What did you see out of him as far as how he's prepared this offseason?
Same as we have always, since he's gotten back in the summer. He's just prepared himself. He's made the guys around him better. And, we didn't have any turnovers in the game. So, we didn't drop the ball and we didn't throw it to the other team. So that was something that we built on too. But Coop's done a good job preparing through the week, and he did it last week, and he's doing it again this week. So he's maturing, he gets it, and he's doing what we're asking him to do.
Sure. That second half, you saw a young guy, James Oliver, kind of step up at running back for you guys. What does he bring to the table as far as kind of setting the pace a little bit for the offense in the second half?
Yeah, he has he has fresh legs, young legs, and he's ready to go. And he runs hard, and he's downhill all the time, and we haven't had that as much as we've needed it in the past. And it was good to see him get out there and first time in a game, gets out there, lights are on, and he turns the switch on. So that was good. We're happy about him.
Defensively, obviously, all around, entire new staff, but more so on the defensive side of the ball. What kind of changes have you guys made, kind of mentality-wise, this week, if at all, going into after a week like last week?
Mentality-wise, nothing. We've still preached the same thing. You got to get better. You got to work hard. You got to play every play and do your job. But I think with these young guys, when you get them in there, you can coach them all you want to, but when they're out there playing and there's another team out there, it's a whole different world. And we're just going to keep pushing them through it. I don't think that there was a lack of effort there. I think that at times we struggled fundamentally and technically the way we should be playing things and should be getting off blocks and should be in position to make plays. But that happens when it's your first game and the bullets are flying, and especially if you're not real comfortable with the surroundings and you haven't played together very long, and all that stuff comes into play. But we're just going to keep getting after it, and we just got to keep going hard and playing and trying to do your job the best you can every play. And as long as we keep doing that, good things are going to happen. I'm not impatient. I'm actually encouraged by, like I said, everything that's happened this week. We're just going to keep working.
Every team always talks about week by week. You guys go from a team who was at the bottom of the Mountain East Conference to a team who's at the top of the Mountain East this week. What do you guys see out of Concord? I mean, coming off of a win from them last year, and then they go and start the season this year with a tough loss to West Liberty. So they're going to be.
Well, I mean, it's their first home game. They have one conference loss in 2 years. I mean, they're what every team in the league is trying to get to be. Coach Justice does a great job down there. He has for a long time. He's taken that program, to another level, and he's still doing it. So we don't expect anything different. I mean, whether they won or they lost, we knew we were still going to go down there and play, and they're still going to be the same team, whether they had won or lost. So we're not really thinking a lot about them. We don't really feel like we're in a position to do that right now. We have to worry about ourselves, and we just have to prepare ourselves better and get ourselves ready to play. And we kind of joke, no matter who we're playing, whether we're playing the Patriots or whether we're playing Concord, we still have to line up, and we still have to do our job, and we still have to execute and make plays and do our thing. So it should be a lot of fun to go down there. Anytime you get to play one of the top programs in the country, our kids will be excited about it, and they should be. I mean, this is a good atmosphere to go down there and play them early in the season, and it should be a lot of fun.
What goes into preparing this team for their first road trip of the season? I mean, you have a lot of new guys. Some guys haven't traveled before with a college team. What goes into getting their minds right as far as going on the road for the first time?
Well, we've always struggled on the road here, and I think that comes with maturity also. I think that when you get guys here that are act like men off the field and can kind of transfer that down the road, and getting on a bus for 3 hours shouldn't be that big of a deal. So I think it'll come, but we haven't stressed it a lot because, like I said, we're worried about what we do on the field. We'll talk about it probably tonight. We'll talk about it again tomorrow, and once we get on the bus, obviously we'll talk about our expectations. But right now we haven't done a whole lot different. We just gotta, like I said, we're going to keep working. We're going to keep working and trying to get ourselves better. And whether we play on the road, or we play at home, or no matter who our opponent is, we're just going to focus on ourselves.
3 keys to the game this weekend against Concord. What do you think they are?
Well, we have to keep our offense on the field. Obviously, their offense is extremely explosive. So we have to keep our offense on the field and be able to move the ball. Defensively, we have to tackle. We have to be able to stop them. And we know they're going to make plays. They're too good not to. They have one of the best backs in the country. They got 3 receivers that are all flying, and the quarterback, in my opinion, is probably one of the better in the country as well. So we know that they're going to make plays. We have to answer on offense, and we have to not give up too many big ones and just kind of keep it in front of us and try to control the clock a little bit. And, again, turnovers and penalties as usual. It can always haunt you. Last week you saw some penalties again. We've done a good bit to kind of work on that this week, so we'll see if we can eliminate those as well.
This week's Coach Woodman Show is brought to you by the Times West Virginian. The Coach Woodman Show will be on timeswv.com every Wednesday before Fairmont State football games.